Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Wonder Snatch. It's time to snatch or scratch the looks of Drag Race, both US and UK this time. And this time we have two very exciting challenges. In the UK, they did a morning TV show and they had to do a Monster Mashup. That's my kind of challenge. And in America, they did a disco-mentary and a little back dress challenge. So today I'm going to do a major mashup by doing a Monster Mashup disco little back dress, okay? And I'm going to turn myself into Ursula Divine. And if that's something you want to see, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell for post notifications. I said what I said. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oof, okay. Very scary now, but I glued on my hairline to give myself that extra forehead to do my divine look. Alright, and I'm wearing a mermaid drag race shirt also to commemorate Ursula. And you know, Ursula was based on Divine the drag queen, okay? The character design, the makeup, everything was very inspired by Divine, who was John Waters' muse. Yeah, they had a whole challenge for that in season 7. And I think they should bring it back. I love John Waters movies, don't you? I think Hairspray is one of my favorite movies, and the musical version as well. Alright, so let's just get started. Okay, I've mixed up some white, blue, and pink again to do my lilac. Okay, and I'm going to do the Studio 54 version of Divine's makeup. That and a little bit of pink flamingos thrown in, okay? So I'm going to try to go as high as I can. Blow out the eye really a lot. I think I might as well just put my wig cap on right now. I just wanted to show you this. Right, brand new wig cap. I just realized my face tips are in the way of this eye. Let's see whether we can draw over it. I angled these really up to give myself even more lift. Okay, let's see. Let's start talking about season 13 first. So this week in season 13, they had a disco-mentary challenge where they had to, it's a dance challenge basically, where Ru narrated the history of disco and they had to dance along to it. Which is really good. It was really educational. I thought the way that they brought in all the things about how disco was, you know, related to oppressed art forms and racism and all that. It was very interesting. I have heard that in some podcasts before. And I'm very happy that Ru is starting to use Drag Race, because it's so popular now, to do all these social commentaries and to teach the children, okay? And you can tell also, I mean, Ru is noticing that a lot of the queens coming on are a lot younger now, so he's really testing their references, right? He's asking them, who is this person, who is that person, and you know, sometimes they can't answer. Okay, and this is a perfect challenge to do that. Okay, let's hope these face tapes stay on as long as possible. Okay, I think today, okay, let's just go in with the forehead first. Okay, so I've got my purple, my violet. I'm gonna work my way down, okay, so I don't waste too much of this purple stuff. Okay, so, and when they come in from the last week's challenge, they're really setting up the Candy Muse and Tamisha Iman drama. They're really going at it from last week's Untucked. Oops, it's Prime. I guess they're really playing it up because in the end, of course, Candy Muse and Tamisha Iman lip sync. So now I'm just going to go in and draw those massive eyebrows. For that, I'll be using my black. Okay, this is a little bit thick at the ends, but don't worry, we'll clean it up. That's why we're doing it in pieces. Oh, and Candy Muse keeps saying she misses Joey J and that she's gonna sleep with Joey J. I wonder whether they've slept together. Joey J has come out on Instagram saying that she appreciates Candy Muse being attracted to her because she's always been made fun of for being a very feminine sissy boy. Feeling sexy to Candy Muse is actually quite good for Joey J. So Joey J was actually, you know, turning this around and making it quite a positive thing. So that's the shape I want. Yeah, it's hard to clean up this black without turning it into grey. So don't worry, we'll try to fix it later. Keep wiping off the black and building up the white. And I'm going to use a new brush now. Try to get rid of as much of this black as I can. Okay, and Ru comes in to tell them about the mini challenge and the maxi challenge that they have to pair up. And here, Ru asked them whether they knew who Charles Nyson Riley was. And of course, none of them knew. And Ru goes, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, because they're also young and, and you know, inexperienced. It's like the Divine Challenge, okay? Apparently, for season 7, they were actually made to watch a John Waters documentary on set, according to Violet, when she did this makeup for her video. Okay, I'm just painting all this white, okay? All this highlight here is going to be white with my Clown White light. Okay, and then we just go in and blend that out. Oh no, try not to Transfer the stupid black. Yeah, black hasn't dried yet. Before I make a bigger mess of that, I think I'm going to set those brows. Just going to use my no color, just very gently. Just set the purple first. Using the side, just going to set this, hoping not to transfer too much. After this, they break off and do the wallpaper challenge. This is quite fun. Utica just came off this really good design challenge, but in the end, Elliot with 2 T's one, which I think was quite good also. I think she did this very 80s Lisa Frank style very well. Okay, so very happy to see Elliot and Tamisha have a win before she goes home. She had this very nice neon pink leopard print outfit. Okay, very nicely structured as well. I think it was really well done. And of course, Denali and Rosie was Button Foster. Okay, a play on Sutton Foster, one of my favorite musical theatre actresses. So now those brows are done. We'll deepen them up later and see some transfer there. It's tricky, okay? So now I'm going to go in the rest of the face. You know what? This shirt comes off. Okay, let's... I love these big sponges. It's a Real Techniques one, but you know, they're so big that they crack so easily when you wash them. So I wish they lasted longer. You can cover so much real estate so quickly. Oh, and here when they were pairing up, I also thought it was quite sad to see Elliot looking around and no one wanted to be paired up with him. And Tamisha Iman stepped up and paired up with him. So it's so motherly and so fabulous, Tamisha Iman. I need to mix up a little bit more foundation. I'll be right back. Alright, so I mixed a little more purple and I brought it down the neck a little bit. See, every time you don't make enough foundation, you get a bit of a mismatch, but never mind. Powders will fix that. To make sure it's blended into the white. Let's hope those face tapes hold. Now I'm going back to highlight the middle of my face. Just going to grab a whole bunch of clown white. And just highlight up. Okay. Lift the nose as well. The chin. Right here. And then blend it out using the clean sides. Okay, yeah, so yeah, the mini challenge was okay, quite fun. Okay, Lalari of course looked crazy again, although here her outfit, even though it was so poorly done, was still better than her horrendous ball challenge. Alright, so now we're ready to powder it all down. Get some white. So I'm just using some white now. Oh yeah, and of course, and Elliot is wearing the same wig again. He's worn this wig so many times. This pink side swept wig. I think it was his entrance wig as well, and he wore it for the main ball challenge and this mini challenge. I hope we never see this wig ever again. Okay, so these are the highlighted areas, all chosen for lift, maximum lift off. Okay, and then going in with my no color, set everything else. So, Ursula's makeup is a purple crease and blue eyeshadow. Okay, and Divine's wing goes all the way up there. Okay, really massive wing. Okay, and this time I'm going to use lots of shimmers and glitters. Okay, to go for that Studio 54 look. Just trying to figure out which palette to use this time. I'm going to try this new palette I have from Sample Beauty. The Painters palette. Few nice purples there that I can try. First, let's just contour with this dark purple called Prince. Okay, and then they start to get ready for the dance challenge. They have to break out all their disco looks and their disco hair. And I was really excited to see all the different hairs they got. They were obviously told there was a disco challenge, so they brought appropriate things. So a lot of flips, a lot of big afros, a lot of big curls, bouncy curls. Oh, and here a lot of shags as well. I mean, the shag isn't really a disco thing, I think. Is it? I know it's a 70s big shag moment. This big red shag that Tina Burner had. Shags were really popular last year, so I saw a lot of Instagram wiggeries doing shags. I wanted to do one too, but you know, haven't figured out how to do it yet. This palette is really good. These purples are really good, easy to blend. And it seems like there are quite a number of dancers in this cast. Obviously Denali and Rosé both gunning to win. Lalari is a good dancer too. And of course Elliot was really good. I think I'll totally fail on the dance challenge, I think I'll probably be a bit like Tamisha Iman, having to think about my steps a lot. Okay, wow, that's quite fast. That's quite nice. I think the contour for the nose should be quite severe, right? It is Ursula after all. Okay, so using that same... My nose looks crooked. Okay, and then Ru comes in for her socially distanced table visits again, okay? And this time, she looks like she's really having fun, okay? And she's really giving the girls a lot of great advice, okay? When she talks to Rosé, Rosé keeps saying that she hasn't let go and everything. And, you know, I think it's really difficult to do all that on national TV, okay? And Ru does say that, you know, don't try to be perfect, okay? Perfection is boring and overrated. I think I really resonate with that as well, okay? On this channel, I really try to do new things. It's not perfect every time, but I think it really helps you grow and, you know, learn from your mistakes and everything. And while I'm doing this channel, I'm putting it all out there and I'm actually putting a record of my improvements, okay? So I think it's really, really good that Ru gave this message, because I think, you know, striving to be perfect all the time is not healthy, okay? And it really hinders your growth. I think I'm going to draw the eyeliner first. I'm going to map out the eyeliner first so I can do the big floating crease. My favorite liners to the rescue. Let's start off with House Labs. I want to go parallel with the brow first. Go all the way up. Drag it back. Let's hope these face tapes stay in place. Just mapping that out first, making sure they're symmetrical, and fill in the brows. And then Ru talks to Tina Burner, Gottmik, and Candy Muse, who appears to be, you know, really good friends. I mean, Gottmik won last week's challenge, so she gets to choose a team, and she chooses Candy Muse and Tina Burner. And you know, Candy Muse and Tina Burner are not getting the best of edits. They seem to be bullies and they call themselves the mean girls. So, you know, I'm not sure whether Gottmik is also equally mean and they're just not showing us because they want to give her a winner's edit. You're just setting all this with black. Okay, let's go in with the purple. Feel the face tape start to lift off. I'm going to release them so there's no tension while I do the rest of my face, and I'll put them back on later. I'm just going to follow this up that way. Okay, so usually my crease goes down there. I'm just going to keep going up using the same purple, and this I'm just packing. Okay, just mapping it out first. Yeah, so when Ru comes and talks to Tina Burner, Candy Muse, and Gottmik, she's testing them again in their disco knowledge. And they're just sitting there looking at her blankly when she's asking them for references, which is quite quite traumatic. I think if I were there and didn't know any of this, I'd be so traumatized. But Gottmik, I think she saves it quite well, okay? But Candy Muse, she makes RuPaul scream laugh again, and RuPaul's doing quite a lot of that this season, so she really loves these girls, okay? Really laughing her head off. Most of it, she's just incredulous at how uninformed these girls are about all her favorite stuff. Okay, so now that looks completely crazy. I'm gonna bring this down here. I'm gonna blend it out with this pink hot bonbon. No, don't really like the pink. I want more of a lilac. Let's try this pop. This Sample Beauty blends out pretty nicely. Yeah, and here is where Ru goes in a lot. Also with the history of disco and the disco sucks movement. I think a lot of people didn't know that, you know, disco was really, really despised when it was getting hot in the 80s because it was associated with big city, associated with gay nightlife, unbridled freedom, as Ru mentioned. Okay, so it was almost like the hippies of the 70s and 60s and 70s when they were ridiculed. Disco was pretty much that, but also there was a huge thing about race also, because disco was believed to come from the ghetto. There was this whole movement where they were trying to end disco by getting everyone to bring their records and burning them. Okay, obviously it didn't work. Disco didn't go anywhere. I'm gonna try to use this deeper purple with a little bit of black. Deepen this crease up. Going into more of the purple just to blend it all together. I was quite surprised at this table visit. She didn't talk to Tamisha Iman or Elliot with two T's. They didn't show that. when, you know, Elliot did so well in the challenge and Tamisha and Maran went home, I thought they would give them some time with Ru. But maybe they said something that they didn't want to air. I don't know. Just going back and forth with the different colours. Okay, so now I'm just going into the lighter violet again. Yeah, and then they start talking in the workroom. And here, Olivia Lux suggests that there's going to be a three-way lip sync between Tina Burner, Candy Muse and Gottmik, which I think was very fun to get into their heads. And then they go and do the rehearsal. And the rehearsal I thought was quite fun. Miguel Zarate was really, really fun and really encouraging. Okay, compared to Todrick, who sometimes puts them down and tries to be catty and like a mean gay. This guy was actually very, very encouraging. Okay, it was very nice to see. Okay, whew. How's that? I think this is one of the draggiest makeups and eyes that I've ever done. So divine. Okay, so now I'm going in with the blue and I'm going to cut a nice rounded crease. Ursula creases. Yeah, so the rehearsal's not very much to talk about. Oh, here is where we learned that Tamisha has an ostomy bag. My goodness. I'm wondering whether they cast her just for that and the people doing, or whether she told people in casting because, or maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't tell anyone in casting and when they found out, they figured out a way to send her home because they can't afford to get someone's ostomy bag rupture or something on stage, and that would be really, really terrible. Okay, and she's been doing all this so far with this ostomy bag. So an ostomy bag is basically when your intestine opens up into your skin because she probably had a part of her intestine removed for the cancer. Okay, and because there's so much scarring there, they usually can't connect the ends to the anus, so they have to open it up into the skin while everything there heals. Okay, people usually have to live with that for, you know, up to a year or more. I'm so surprised that she came onto Drag Race with that. I don't think I could ever I could ever do anything like that. Set that with blue. I'm going to use a blue shimmer base before I go in with glitter. But I think I'm going to use this Mickey from the sample palette. Let's try this to brighten it up a bit. Using my favorite blue shimmer. The blue shimmer in the James Charles palette is one of the best. This I'm going to use wet. It seems like my camera is about to overheat. I'm gonna go and put some glitter in there, fill in my liner, and I'll be right back. Alright, so before I move on to the rest of the face, I'm just gonna paint myself violet or purple, Ursula color. Alright, so I'll be using my Maron pastel. So basically choreography, I think that's about all I have to say. In the workroom again, we get Olivia Lux's story this time. Yay, I'm very happy to see more of Olivia Lux. I think I'm really liking her. During the rehearsals also, Olivia Lux looks so happy. Her face is just so exuberant and happy, okay? And she really lights up the room. And here we find out that she was a fat kid, okay? A fat kid who ended up being called obese and then going to theatre and then finding drag. And that resonates with me a lot because I was a really fat kid too. I was fat and, you know, so ashamed of myself and I hated going out, I hated doing everything. I did find some solace in theatre, okay? In secondary school, I was in the drama club, but even then, I didn't feel like I wanted to be front and center because I was so ashamed of myself. I didn't like letting myself be the front man for anything, okay? Even though I love to sing, I would never sing in public, okay? My parents used to have these karaoke parties where my sister would sing songs for our friends and I would always hide, okay? I didn't really find my voice until I was, you know, until after my undergraduate when I started, you know, auditioning for stuff and doing some theatre here in Singapore and also taking singing lessons and everything. And it was really then when I decided that, you know, life is too short. You got to do what you want to do. People are going to like it or not. That's not on you, okay? As long as you're having fun and learning stuff and getting better each time, I think that's, you know, all I need. So I think it's a motto that Olivia Lux lives by, okay? And you can tell. She's really amazing. Candy Muse here talks a little bit about her fighting her inner demons and everything. This bit really sounds like they're trying to give her a bit of a redemption arc. It did seem a little rehearsed, okay? And not very organically brought up. It's like, Elliot asks, hey, what was the best fight that you had? Oh, the fight with my inner demon. It felt a little contrived, okay? Not like Tamisha. When Tamisha was talking about being brought up in the projects and she had people in the projects trying to keep kids off the streets by giving them stuff to do and trying to get them interested in the arts and everything. I thought that was a more heartwarming and very much more organic conversation. Yeah, and the makeup here, Gottmik Quite interesting. Gottmik seems to be doing double glues for her eyebrows. She's powdered them once and then she goes in again with the glues. I guess she has really thick eyebrows. And here Simone is using a Jeffree Star palette. A lot of them seem to be using Jeffree Star stuff, and Candy Muse is using the Jeffree Star mirror. I wonder how Jeffree Star is doing. I've been really trying not to use his stuff. I have so much of his stuff and I feel like bad using it. You know, that's what happens when, you know, a brand so closely associated with someone's personality. Okay, so the Discomentary itself, I don't have very much to say about it, but you can tell Candy Muse's face, nothing, dead behind the eyes. Okay, I think that's why she was in the bottom. You can really tell, okay, she's really in her head a lot here. Tamisha Iman looked good. She did seem technically she was okay, but also you could tell that she has, you know, that she's overthinking a lot of things. Here I thought Elliot with 2 T's looked amazing. I loved his wig. I really want to get this one. Tight finger waves here and then blown out into a big afro. I want to try to do a wig like that soon. Okay, and Denali again looks shapeless. Okay, she's wearing the same flat pink wig. I think she's worn that 3 times already also. Yeah, and her body just looks very shapeless. She's got this sequins and paillettes on her dance outfit that really don't go anywhere. They're like big in the middle. They make her look really, really boxy. And she's released a video of her and Rosé recreating this dance. I like Denali's, you know, off-site content. She's really tying it in. It's not like Jan's jukebox last year where she was singing every song or people just posting their looks. Every time she releases something, it has something to do with the episode as well. And that's something I don't think anyone has done before. So apparently when you're body painting, it's good to go in all sorts of different directions so it blends. Okay, blend it into the white. Little black dress challenge. I think the standouts here were definitely Gottmik with this very, very cool interpretation of a little black dress that's covering her junk. And always, I think Gottmik is trying to, every single time she is trying to show her top surgery and really drive home her identity as a trans man, which I think is amazing. So painting on the boobies now, you can't really see them, but so I think I'll do this off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, boobies are more or less done. Let's go on and finish the rest of the face. All right, yeah, so little black dresses. Oh my god, my notes are everywhere. I didn't think any of these little black dresses were super exciting. Yeah, I thought Tina Burner was awful. Okay, I thought that was not nice to look at all. Elliot with 2 T's. This is her same silhouette. It seems to be her safe silhouette. Her ball challenge, she had the same thing. Okay, some simple dress with a large trench coat. Okay, got the under eye. And Denali, her spider look. Okay, the prosthetics was a good review, but the prosthetics itself were quite poorly placed. Okay, you could see the seams. I think prosthetics is something a lot of people are doing on Drag Race UK this week. And I want to learn how to do prosthetics well too. There's some really, really talented makeup artists in Singapore who do prosthetics. Wink818 and Melvin Singh. Okay, that's I hope to learn to do proper prosthetics. And I can't even do a bald cap properly. Even this is starting to lift off. Smoked out the lower lash. And now, lips. I think for blush, I do want to give myself a bit of blush. So I'm going to use Bon Bon and Pop. Okay, mix those two. Well, this week, Olivia Lux wins. Congratulations, Olivia Lux. I'm so happy to see her win. And on stage, she looks amazing. She's big hair, really, really infectious on stage. And you know, all the dancers, all obviously trying too hard. So Denali was not even happy to be called safe. Neither was Rosé. And Elliot of 2 T's also was hoping for the win, but unfortunately, I think they gave it to Olivia Lux because of her presence, her stage presence. She's really a star. Congratulations to Olivia Lux. Very happy to see that. Okay, going back into the white. Snap, you know. This is for that extra little lift. And so Candy Muse and Tamisha Iman in the bottom, they fight. Okay, they kind of like make up. They've already made up in Untucked. They shake hands and everything. No, not they hug, I guess. Yeah, and here Utica was in the bottom also, and they call her out again for her camp face. Okay, so that's quite upsetting. Okay, they're really bringing her down a lot because of these camp faces that she keeps pulling during the challenge and everything. You can kind of see Rue's point that it's a bit of a crutch and it's like she's hiding herself. She's not really being herself and she's like hiding behind these camp faces. Hopefully she'll take that into account, okay, in the next few weeks to try to pull that back a bit. Let's go into the lips now. Okay, so Divine's lips are very, very distinct. Okay, I'm going to try to draw them first. And we have to do red because it's Ursula's color. Okay, so I'm using my Makeup Forever pencil. Untitled this week wasn't super exciting compared to last week. No one pegged Olivia Lux to win. Whenever they were saying who's going to win, no one thought Olivia Lux. So Olivia Lux is really coming in from behind. Okay, I think they're going to have a target on her back quite soon. Gottmik gets a call from her parents from Scottsdale, okay, and here's where they actually use her name, her chosen name, Cade, and she's really impressed by that, and it's so heartwarming to see. Yeah, Gottmik's hair looks so nice here. I think it's Zach Killian, if I'm not wrong. On her Instagram, it says it's Zach Killian, and she's got this amazing Instagram where she's taking pictures of herself and all these trans women. Okay, Divine's lips, huge Cupid's bow. It usually goes out like that, but I think I want to keep it tighter, okay? More of a Violet Chachi, Wonder Snatch kind of lip. So the lip sync, Candy Muse won, okay? They obviously had to put Candy Muse and Tamisha Iman in the bottom. And Tamisha Iman, I guess, kind of like realized it was a time as well. Her fashions are starting to look a little bit not quite finished, okay? Her look today, her little back dress was a bit, the shape wasn't there. But she went out on a high, I think, so it's really good. And I think she's going to be a big star. I think so many people love her now. She should really go for it and, you know, continue on the talk show and maybe even try designing dresses for other queens. Okay, so I guess that's Drag Race Season 13. Drag Race UK, they had the Morning Glory Challenge. I thought this is a really, really good episode. Tia Coffee and Ahura seem to have gone a full circle, okay? They were really catty to each other during confessionals and they didn't seem to like each other very much. And this time they're forced to work together and found that they actually liked each other very much and they became very good friends. So that was very heartwarming and really nice to see. Veronica Green showed some vulnerability. Her strategy this time to take the dregs and try to show everyone up didn't really pan out. Okay, it was a very risky move and didn't work for her this time. But I found that I thought Sister wasn't being very fair to her. I mean, Veronica Green at every stage was apologizing to Sister, and Sister was not, you know, just like, yeah, you did bad, you fucked up. I thought she could have, you know, gave Veronica Green a little bit more support. But I did like how Veronica Green was defending Tia Coffee, right? Taste was not being very pleasant this time. I guess because she sent Estina Mandela home, she was calling Tia Coffee the basic and saying that everyone says you're basic, everyone doesn't like you. And Veronica Green stepped up and said, you know, drag is not all about the looks, okay? I mean, it's a lot about the looks, but you know, you need to have a lot of personality to go along with that. I thought the morning challenge was good, okay? Bimini Bon Boulash and Taste were funny, okay? Bimini Bon Boulash is actually quite smart. She was quite smart in the mini challenge as well, where she did this Brexit joke. She obviously had stats and everything and quite political humor. So she's a bit of a smart cookie. I would keep an eye on her. What else do I have to say about Drag Race UK? Yeah, Ginny Lemon didn't do very well this time. She was a little bit manic and I think she was ready to tap out. Okay, her feet gave her problems. Yeah, she just walked off. Okay, she just walked off during the lip sync. And that was quite shocking, okay? And it left Sister dancing by herself and lip syncing by herself. And she really gave it all, okay? She even did this really great hair flip. The Monster Mashup looks were all really good. I really like Veronica Green's Medusa Pig. I've always wanted to do a Medusa look, but haven't been able to figure out the headpiece. And Ellie Diamond's Goblin, it looks a little bit costumey, but do you realize Ellie Diamond has just one silhouette, okay? The entire time she's always had this bodysuit and chaps, okay? One time she turned up without the chaps, but still a bodysuit. Okay, so I think Ellie Diamond needs to change it up a bit, okay? Because most of her outfits are looking the same. I think that's probably the only pattern that she can make. All right, I think I'm almost done. I'm going to throw on some lashes and my outfit. I'm going to be back at the finished look. Painting my hands purple too. See you in a bit. And this is the finished look. Ursula goes to Studio 54 in a little black dress. Alright, so that's Drag Race UK and US this week. How do you like it? I think I really enjoyed both episodes. I really like Ahura now from UK, and from US, I'm so in love with Olivia Lux. My face tips are already starting to pull up, so gotta fix that in post. Okay, and I'm wearing paper lashes like Utica this week. It's Chinese New Year next week, so I might take a break, so you won't see me here, but there is a very special episode coming up, so stay tuned. And I can't do a Ursula without doing a Poor Unfortunate Souls TikTok. Alright, so I'll be doing that over on TikTok and maybe on Instagram as well, so follow me there. Alright, so if you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell for post notifications. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye. styled myself. Very Ursula. And never underestimate the importance of body language.
You give me feels when you do. No one can do it like you. Girl, you're so hot like summer. You're everything I ever wanted. You give me feels when you do. No one can do it like you.
When you're in Ursula makeup, it feels like you've got tentacles. You feel very, very feeling yourself.
No one can do it like you.
Check out my other videos. I did a tree makeup when Kamora Hall left, and the Sunset Boulevard look when Joe Black left. I'll see you next time. Bye. Ooh.